What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and I am here with Steve-O, who is currently inside a crack house getting renovated. Most crack houses aren't getting renovated, so
Yes,
yeah.
the,
But
the famous window clean resource logo sign is gone, but it's not due to anything weird. I was going to move and didn't move, and oh man, it's just the amount of when you got those foam pads on the walls, it's not a good idea. It's not a good
you're
idea.
updating now. You're
Yeah,
updating now.
yeah, exactly.
Nice. Diamondback, what's up? By the way, haven't seen you pop up in a while, so what's up?
Good morning. It's good
Um,
afternoon, New York, eh? Or where you are.
what's that?
It's good afternoon where you are.
Oh yeah, that's right. I know. You asked me that earlier. You're like 12 o'clock. We normally don't do these at 12. I screwed up yesterday, ended up being on the phone and just stiffed Steve out of his slot. So I said, let's do it again today. And yeah, that should
In all
hopefully.
fairness, though, you were taking care of someone that I sent to you because you know that area better.
Well,
It
that's true.
was my fault. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. It's all right. What are we talking about today? Shop?
Dang you. Yeah, we're
Opportunity?
talking this whole week. We're talking economy. We're talking like, are you up or down? Like, how's things feeling out there? Just because it was the first week back on the weekly lives or the daily lives. And what we're going to do different this year, I think, is like every week we'll have one kind of topic and then we'll just all of us talk about it and get kind of everybody's different thoughts. So what's kind of nice is that we're all across the country too. So you get kind of a different feel. And for you, what have you felt, not necessarily on the sales side, but on the cleaning side? What did you feel out there for economy wise?
I have felt fine as far as that stuff goes. So like as far as window cleaning, I've had a lot of calls for it. It's been busy here, and honestly, always from like usually early October through Thanksgiving is always busy here. Like a lot of people want to get their houses cleaned. I've been more on a track though of like turning down a lot of bids, especially if they're like way far out of my range or even about 20 miles away. So I haven't taken on much, but there's a lot of work going on, and I feel like talking to other window cleaners, they've been busy.
Nice. What would I, if you decided to go just balls to the wall with it, would it be a bigger year this year than last year? Would you say that there'd be good growth, or would you be pretty solid, or would you think you'd be down?
Good growth. I couldn't
Yeah.
see why it would be going like in the negative direction, especially if like going all in on everything with marketing and everything. I don't see a reason why it would have been down, and that's due to also like just the leads that I get for my cleaning business, and that it's been a lot of good stuff. And even there's unfortunately some people in my area that have kind of also toned down their businesses, which like I've even gotten text messages from other window cleaners who are getting quotes for jobs that I used to do that I have like YouTube videos on, like not in,
Really?
in cities that I don't even operate anymore. So like
Oh,
it's weird. There's kind of like a weird time going here where there's just some companies that are declining, but not in a bad way. Like they want to decline and the other companies going up. But I mean, fall was always crazy busy. And I think every year, you're always growing. But I haven't seen much of a decrease at all.
nice. Yeah, Diamondback said busy, busy, busy. Windows, repair, siding, cleaning, along with new windows. He can't find any help, so more profit for him. Just a little bit more headaches is all. So
Yeah.
um, totally get that. What's up, by the way, Nick? Kickstand Stafford.
What?
Anytime Nick now texts me or calls me, I'm just gonna call him Kickstand. Um, I don't even want to know, but
That's great.
we'll go with it. Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. Like, I fell down a rabbit hole of the whole economy thing to see like how future stuff is going, but man, it's just such garbage. There's just so many like doom and gloom because it sells. We used to call it in radio. We used to call it selling newspapers because the cover of the newspaper is telling you, what part of the world is gonna fall apart or who died. Like it's just like the catchy stuff. So it's like, well, yeah, like something could happen, but I just don't feel it's an economy thing at all right now. So we're
Yeah.
all just going hard till the end of the years is all you can do, really.
I mean, there's a lot going on, as far as everything going on, in the middle. and everything. And I never know if that's really going to have like a play in what we do. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it does. I don't want to get into like religion and politics at all, like on this, but there's there's a lot of worry on some religious sites of like stuff that's going on. And I've heard like a lot about that. That's really bad.
Such a Democrat. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
But I kind of wondered for a little bit, like if any of that would like have an effect. But I haven't had it mentioned by a single person that we talked to or by a customer at all.
Not really, man. I think I was talking with Austin. Austin said it good too, but there's like our clientele is either high end or well off, kind of treating themselves. We don't have like a lot of low end stuff. If you're like a lot of route work, route work, then you're probably you're a little bit more scared because that's like they'll drop you in a heartbeat for that. Like they need a couple more bucks, you know. But like for the most part in houses and things, I still feel like they're still gonna have certain services done. And man, if you paid for a $3 million house, or that's probably nothing but you, if you paid for a $20 million house, you paid for a $20 million view, and you're gonna pay to clean the windows on that, you know, no matter what the economy does. So
yeah, and I feel like ever since like COVID and everything, that since 2020, I feel like the residential services have just gone through the roof. Like I used to love route work before COVID and everything, but then during that time we switched heavily to residential, and I've really taken more of a liking to residential since then, because it was just more repeatable work for some reason since then, because more people work from home, that they're still working from home. So like that market has been crazy good ever since then. I mean, people are getting back in the offices. I don't really go for that stuff anymore, but yeah, I just feel like that's a very good place to be, and something that hasn't declined. And exactly what you said, it's a clientele that can afford it, and that's the really nice thing. And they're not gawking at prices at all. It seems like, even with everything going on, it's fine.
yeah. By the way, Nick Kickstand Stafford said it's because of his titanium leg. This is not at all what I was thinking. I mean, I was totally thinking something different, but that's cool. Hey, it is what it is.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I went through 2008, and that was a weird one because it was like a collapse, right? So it was like, here's where it is, and it just one day went to nothing. Like it was like it wasn't like a gradual thing. So for that, I mean, you kind of felt a bit different, but I don't know, man. I just don't ever want to like think about the economy side, because I just don't think it plays too much into it, and then you just end up worrying about it anyway.
No, not at all. I mean, it was interesting, I'll be honest, in looking for a home during this time, because you could, it was like you would look at a certain home and then you want to really be interested. And the amount of follow-ups that I received like during this time compared to 2018, when I first looked for it. In 2018, it was like, oh, you're not interested? Cool. We got like 20 other people
lined up. It'll be sold by noon. Yeah.
It was like, hey, like every single 2 days, what are you waiting for? Oh, we have a discount today. 2 days later, oh, we can do a buy down rate or like something like that. And it was constant until you finally just said, nope, I'm not doing it right now. This is just like insane. This is not good timing. But yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. We have in our office, we have like a row of offices, and over the past like year-ish, we've had 2 or 3 people that were in the mortgage world leave, because we had one was a actual mortgage like banker, and then one was a realtor. I think the other one was actually a realtor also. And they're just like, oh, well, things have changed a little bit. Like, last year I did like $800,000 in commissions, and this year I'm at like 40,000, and it kind of like shockingly hit. So certain industries, but I think whatever. No doom and gloom. I'm done doom and gloom. Let me ask you this question though.
What?
So the brand new PowerPad came out from Ninja, and you were known for products and using them and having really good insight kind of on that side of it. Tell me your thoughts on the new Unger PowerPad, and tell me if you like it or where it ranks in the world of pad holders, water-fed pad holders.
So I'm like still very, very, I feel like I'm not sure about any of them, just to be honest. As I just am such a bristle fan of brushes, just to be able to clean frames, clean tracks. I use water fed on residential a lot more than commercial these days. So to me, like any of the pad are really good for anything commercial. The one thing though, I kind of worry about them too, though, I guess, like even on storefronts is, when the frame, like that water gets recessed on the frame, like, it's not the same size as the frame. You can't really get that dirt off. And I know in my area, every time I go to a job, even every 4 weeks, I have a good amount of soot just like on the frame that always needs to be wiped off with the seal squeegee.
Yeah.
So like that's my one thing about it. It does have a heavy water flow, so that's really good. The overall, production of the whole Unger Enlight power pad is super nice. Like it feels really good in hand. I wish that when going down towards the window, it did have more movement, like up and down, like the Zero Big Scrub does, as far as getting to the bottom.
Yeah.
But I think the general thing is, and like I said in my video too, is that I just don't use that stuff a lot anymore for anything commercial. So I don't have a good opinion on it, to be quite honest. But I've used both of them on my home, and both of them have been fine, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they just have their place. And
it's like a maintenance thing more. I mean, any pad, even like the Hedgehog pad. I mean, sorry, my chair keeps getting stuck here. It's abrasive, but it's not crazy, but if you're doing something that needs to get the frames done, then the pad holders just don't really work quite well. They're more like a maintenance thing. You watch a lot of the guys doing it's like rut water fed, like you said, and that kind of thing. There's a bunch of projects we did like every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks. That kind of thing would be perfect for it because you could change pads. But it's weird that all of the stuff pops up at one time. Like all of a sudden, there's like a bunch of things in that same industry.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think the one thing too that I would love to have seen Unger do with it is if they put a Euro thread on the inside. They have a Euro thread on their power brushes, just so that you could use the old like Unger, standard angle adapters, but they didn't put a Euro thread on that. So it kind of makes it odd I was just having a conversation with someone in Pro about it this morning, and they had, I think, a Tucker pole, and they were just asking me, so like, what would I do to use this? I'm like, well, you could use a zero trad adapter with the Unger tip. You could do that. Oh, well, I run my hose internally. Well, you got to run your hose externally now, or you modify it and drill a hole through the tip, but then sometimes that can make the tip break. So it's like, that's the only thing. But how many people in our industry use like the Unger aluminum poles with the blue tips or the green tips? And then there's so many things out there these days where you can make everything work. It's just that you may have to change some of the things you do, which is nice about like the Zero Big Scrub, and that works with all Zero poles. You can run your hose inside, you can run your hose outside, you can really do whatever you want with it. And it has a super nice swivel side to side and up and down. It's not limiting. So they all have their place.
Yeah. That's one piece where I think that they didn't do it that way because they didn't want it to be a brush replacement. They wanted it to be, a specialty tool, like almost like the Wagtail Wave, where the same kind of smooth inside where it was there, but only for certain things and kind of was on its side thing. So
right. Definitely.
Well, it is what it is. I think as far as Fridays go too, I mean, we've we got it out there. If anybody's not using a rep, let me tell you, Steve is an amazing rep. He is a 2-clip person.
My shirt.
Not a 1-clip person, but other than that, he's really awesome. And if you don't have a rep yet, Steve, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and what they can do for that.
Yes, you can always get a hold of me at the number that's on here, 970-214-9522. A lot of people also don't know my other phone number, which is 970-599-1437. Also, you can message me on Facebook, on Instagram, comment on my YouTube. You can email me at steve@windowcleanresource.com. So I just threw a bunch at you, so you might get really confused now, but everywhere. You can contact me at all of those, and I try to make my rounds throughout the day and get in contact with everybody.
Yeah, there's only 2 Steve-Os out there, and if you type it in and one is snorting wasabi, that's not the right one. The other one is Steve, and you'll find him everywhere. So, yes. But yeah, you guys, if you're not using reps, do use reps. It's awesome to be able to have somebody who can answer your questions for you, who can help you, who can put sales in, more importantly, who can just do all of that. And by the way, a lot of people didn't know this. We kind of touched on this, but we are commissioned salespeople. So if you are asking Steve questions and then not allowing Steve to be able to help you put the orders in, it's one of those things that he would absolutely love. There's no order too big or too small. anything and everything. Put it through WEP if you can. That's it helps us out, and it's always that virtual high five of awesomeness. So.
Yes. And sometimes we just know about things like on the site that you guys would never ever know about. And like I have so many, I know you probably have some instances where someone's like, gosh, I need something for this. And it's like, we know the site so well now. We're on chat, each of us every week for more than like 35 to 40 hours. I think you do maybe like 50 hours a week. And so like, we just know the stuff. We know the website better than you. So like that's where we can really help and that make our order easy for you, even if you call us or text us. And we have multiple ways. We can now send you invoices from the website. So there's like a lot of great ways that we can help in making the process easier, but also really benefiting you from it, and that just knowing the website and knowing all the different combinations. Or you put an order together and you're like, I'm not sure if this all goes together. We can always let you know, or we can find the resource to let you know. So that's the really nice thing about having, one of our phone numbers, and you'd be able to hit us up directly through chat, email, phone calls, whatever.
Yep. And in checkout, there's a button that says, pay now, whatever. Right above that says save this cart. So if you hit that instead of pay now, you can text or call Steve or anybody and just say, hey, everything is ready to go. We can see the cart, put it in, and take it from there. So it's super easy. Doesn't cost you anything extra. And we genuinely appreciate it. Steve's got to get paint on the walls. He just needs a couple more sales to get the paint back on his walls.
Paint's expensive. It's like 1 gallon is $50.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. I don't remember it being that much.
Everything is more money.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So
anyway, well, thanks a lot. Yeah, we're going to be doing lives every single day. So I appreciate everybody who's watching or watching this afterwards. Make sure to comment, make sure to thumbs up, and we will be back again. Actually, me and Alex will be back again tonight, back on schedule for that one at 4 o'clock, but we'll be doing this every single day of the week. So please tune in, watch, comment, and everything.